Throughout history, certain rituals have been buried in secrecy, feared for their power and condemned for their dark nature. These aren't just the stuff of legends, they actually happened. Forbidden rituals are those considered too dangerous, immoral, or taboo by society. Whether rooted in religion, mysticism, or war, these ceremonies often pushed the limits of human belief and behavior. They were hidden from the public eye, whispered about in fear, and sometimes brutally punished. Today we uncover 5 of the most chilling and forbidden rituals from the darkest corners of history. Human sacrifice is one of the most infamous and disturbing rituals practiced by ancient cultures around the world. The Aztecs, for example, believed the sun needed nourishment in the form of human blood to rise each day. They tore the hearts from thousands of victims atop pyramids, their bodies cast down the steps as offerings to the gods. In ancient Maya culture, victims were thrown into sacred cenotes, natural sinkholes believed to be portals to the underworld. But the Aztecs weren't alone. The Vikings practiced human sacrifices during funerals or before battle, offering slaves or captives to the gods for favor in war or the afterlife. Even in the British Isles, archaeological evidence points to Bronze Age rituals involving buried remains with signs of ceremonial killing. These rituals were deeply spiritual, often done with the belief that sacrifice maintained cosmic order or pleased divine beings. Outsiders viewed them as barbaric, but within those societies, they were considered sacred acts. Today, we view these events with horror, but they remind us of the extreme lengths humans have gone in pursuit of divine favor and control over the unknown. The Black Mass is perhaps the most notorious of all forbidden rituals, a blasphemous inversion of the Catholic Mass intended to mock, desecrate, and invoke dark forces. Its origins trace back to medieval Europe, but it gained infamy during the 17th century Affair of the Poisons in France. High-ranking nobles were accused of attending satanic rituals involving animal sacrifices, black-robed priests, and even alleged infant killings. The ritual was meant to summon the devil or gain supernatural favors, wealth, revenge, or power. Instead of holy wine and bread, blood and desecrated host wafers were used. A naked woman, often lying on an altar, would act as a sacrilegious substitute for the Virgin Mary. Despite its terrifying reputation, historians debate how often these rites actually occurred. Some believe many accusations were exaggerated or fabricated during moral panics. However, groups like the Hellfire Club and modern occultists have continued to use elements of the Black Mass, keeping its dark legend alive. The Black Mass represents the ultimate rebellion against religious norms, a ritual meant not just to summon evil, but to spit in the face of what society holds sacred. Unlike other rituals on this list, the Bornless ritual isn't about blood or violence, it's about invoking inner power and protection. Rooted in ancient Greco-Egyptian magical texts, it was designed to summon a divine presence while warding off evil spirits. Known as the preliminary invocation, it became central to ceremonial magic, especially in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and later, Aleister Crowley's practices. The ritual involves chanting sacred names and calling upon the Headless One, a mysterious spiritual force. Practitioners stand in a protective circle, using this invocation to purify themselves and connect with higher wisdom. Its purpose is both defensive and empowering. A practical example, some modern magicians use the Bornless ritual before performing tarot readings or other magic rites to ensure accuracy and spiritual safety. It's like cleansing the stage before a performance, removing distractions, negativity, or harmful influences. Crowley believed this ritual could lead to direct contact with one's holy guardian angel, offering life guidance and supernatural insight. Though it lacks the gore of other rites, it's still considered forbidden by many due to its bold spiritual claims and occult origins. In medieval Japan, one sect of Buddhism, Tachikawa-ryū, became so controversial that it was officially banned and nearly erased from history. This school, a fringe offshoot of Shingon Buddhism, was accused of practicing secret and deeply taboo rituals, including sexual rites and skull worship. These were meant to symbolize the union of opposites, male and female, life and death as a path to enlightenment. The most disturbing claims involve the use of human skulls as ritual objects. Some texts suggest practitioners would fill a skull with wine to represent the impermanence of life and drink from it during ceremonies. Other accounts detail ritual sex between male and female monks as a way to channel divine energy, something that starkly violated mainstream Buddhist celibacy norms. Though some historians now argue that rival Buddhist groups exaggerated these accusations to destroy a political threat, the rumors were enough. By the Edo period, Tachikawa-ryū was outlawed, and its texts suppressed or destroyed. Its story shows how easily spirituality can veer into secrecy and scandal, and how even peaceful religions can develop practices so extreme they become forbidden by their own tradition. During World War II, a group of British witches known as the New Forest Coven claimed to have performed a magical ritual to stop Hitler's invasion of England. Called Operation Cone of Power, this ritual was based on ancient Wiccan and pagan practices. The goal was to project a psychic warning into the mind of Hitler himself, compelling him to abandon Operation Sea Lion, the planned Nazi invasion of Britain. The ritual was reportedly conducted in 1940 in the middle of the night, under strict secrecy. Participants, including early Wicca founder Gerald Gardner, stood in a circle and raised what they called a cone of power, a focused burst of energy directed toward their enemy. They believed this energy could influence decisions from afar. Some members reportedly died afterward, either from exposure during the ritual or from weakened health. While there's no hard evidence the ritual worked, Hitler did suddenly postpone and eventually cancel the invasion plans. Whether coincidence or something more, Operation Cone of Power shows how magic and belief systems intersected with real-world events, even in modern times, and how some still viewed rituals as tools of war. The Order of Nine Angles, ONA, is one of the most extreme and controversial occult groups to emerge in modern times. Founded in the UK during the 1960s, ONA mixes Satanism, neo-Nazism, and violent mysticism into a dark and dangerous philosophy. Unlike symbolic rituals, ONA has openly advocated for real-life human sacrifice as a way to test personal strength and eliminate the mundane. Their texts, like the Black Book of Satan, describe rituals involving what they call culling, targeted murder, as part of spiritual evolution. Law enforcement has linked some followers to acts of terrorism and violent crimes. The ONA pushes ritual to its most forbidden extreme, not just a performance or symbol, but a deadly act carried out in the name of belief. From blood-soaked altars to secret magical circles, these forbidden rituals reveal how far humans will go for power or divine contact. And it's not all in the past. Today's secretive occult groups still perform bizarre, sometimes dangerous ceremonies. These modern echoes remind us the darkest corners of human belief are still alive, and they haven't stopped whispering.